Hi everyone, I'm Catalina. I'm from Ecuador, but currently
So good.
Clara from Brazil, and I'm very happy to be here with you guys today.
welcome everyone to this moment together called the Seed Founding Program, an opportunity to act locally for people and hearing the cry of the poor and the cry of the earth.
Yeah, in fact, the encyclical Laudato Si explains how everything is interconnected, how we must cherish and love and respect lives, and our relationship with nature. That is inseparable from fraternity, justice, and faithfulness to others. As Pope Francis said, the setting in which we live. We are part of nature, included in it, and thus in constant interaction.
And environmental. In order to look for solutions, we should find strategies from an integrated approach. So, to change the problem,
It's not that simple, or it's not always simple. Me, myself, and I think all of you young people, we usually ask ourselves, what are we doing to find concrete solutions to respond to this? We're doing seem like nothing in the wounded world. We have the feeling if I do something, the climate change and the people will continue. On one hand, we recognize that we are lucky to live a life with many facilities, technological and innovative proposals, the opportunity to study, to go abroad and discover new cultures, to receive as communication.
however, on the other hand, with ourselves, with the others, with the objects, with nature, and with our spirituality. We have lost our critical thinking as a defense reaction to facing those challenges. We have entered stuff or to show others how good we are, just a way to dismiss the emptiness and sadness that we experience.
Yeah, people are working hard to make a more fraternal and peaceful world. They are not willing to change the world, but to change themselves to build a better world.
And the cry of the poor. In fact, during a meeting in 1975 in Oppiano, Florence, Chiara Lubick, the Focolare movement founder, explained, give it the beauty that it's harmony, unity among all the things that are in it. So when a flower blooms, it is for love that it blooms. It does not bloom by chance. As a movement, we in concrete actions. So who can make that change?
Chiara, during that time, told us, she said, young people are particularly environment and between individuals and states. She motivated young people, saying that their concrete contribution to the small things will help the big problems in our personal and collective ecological consciousness. For example, in the way they buy products, in the collection of waste, and in all those starting by the small local problems that a moral conscience is formed that is capable of addressing problems on a global scale.
In fact, Chiara continued, and she was explaining that what is mankind to make us all feel responsible towards everyone. The Focolare movement priorities, in this case today, are linking bridges and finding solutions together. So today, I want also to invite here, because we have a special guest. Here we have with us Nino. Nino is in Vienna, and he is from Italy, but right now he's living there. And he's part of the ecological team that is working soon. There will be a launch of the Focolare Eco Plan. However, I just want to know why it is important, this journey towards integral ecology. So the floor is yours, Nino.
Hi, Catalina. Hi, Ana Clara. Thank you. Great to see you. Hi, everyone. And as you said, the Focolare Eco Plan preview into this very exciting new initiative. As many of our people will know, the Focolare movement has been reflecting upon ecology for some time now. And during our last General Assembly, we identified care for creation and ecology as one of the top priorities for both personally and as a movement, to verify the ecological sustainability of our structures and activities, and to work together with others, to network with other organizations in order to achieve environmental objectives. In this, we were very much inspired and motivated by the teaching and the example of Pope Francis and his encyclical letter Laudato Si'. In particular, last 4th October 2021, the launch of the Faith Plans for People and Planet program represented the most prominent and the boldest environmental initiative to date by global faith communities. The program is organized by WWF and Faith Invest, an strategy for ecological plans. So in this context, members of the Focolare movement too have desired to engage on this exciting journey towards integral ecology in order to amplify, connect, and expand important existing environmental work within our communities. And has therefore started a journey to reflect on the specific contribution that the charism of unity, our spirituality, can bring towards the creation of a strategic ecological plan for the Focolare movement as a whole, but to be implemented at a local and national level. We do believe that people in the Focolare impact on the most vulnerable, the marginalized, the poor, and the youth. The goal of the Focolare Eco Plan is, in a few words, to encourage and foster positive change in the way the members of our communities live out care for creation in daily lives, in our activities. And we definitely want to start with the young people. You make up more than half of the world's population. In this first phase of the Focolare Eco Plan, we are launching, as you mentioned, the seed funding program, which is an operation that financially supports and encourage promising and significant ecological initiatives towards the implementation of local and national eco plans within
that the process that many people within the Focolare movement had already started now is more concrete and can be shared around the world. So now I would like also to give the floor to Ana Clara.
Yes, I am very happy, young leadership, to make all this journey together. So, Catalina, can you tell us more about what the seed funding program is and how the young people can engage with it?
Thank you, Ana Clara, for the question, because I think it's important for all the people that are hearing us today. So the seed funding of this program is to sustain and encourage significant and promising initiatives in different parts of the world towards the realization of local and national plans within the Focolare communities to journey together towards an integral ecology. So there will be already people that are working with environmental and social aspect of the world. There are other people who want to start something and they do not have the funds to start their projects. And there are also others who don't know where to start, but they have the will to do something for the integral ecology. So this South Funding Program wants to help, wants to encourage all of these people to make their desires and dreams real. And that we have the will and the strength to start new initiatives and involve our communities, we can do it through this. Although the world, of course, can be discouraging and hopeless, as we were explaining at the beginning, if we work together and commit to our common home, we will see the fire of project. So you can apply because 10 projects will be selected and will be funded up to 1,000 euros. And the seed funding program is looking for youth-led and an intergenerational initiative that can be ongoing or to be done, let's see, like for the future, aiming at and working with their local context. So there is going to be an international and interdisciplinary jury that will select these projects according to the following criteria that you can see in the screen. The first one is the orientation of the project towards should involve intergenerational efforts with young people playing a significant role in the leadership and implementing this project in their local realities. Then, of course, this project needs to be local, like in your local community, understanding also your context and faction. And here you can talk about ecumenical or interreligious dimensions. So as we know, all the young people from the Focolare movement are invited to apply to this goal. Remember one important thing, that this is a multidisciplinary and intergenerational, sooner a video about it. But of course, at first I want to share also how we are collecting all this information, because when you apply, you will apply through a survey. So you may need to fill out this you're expecting also to do with this project. So here you have in the screen how the survey it's going to be. And then we have also the plans framework. And this idea of the plans framework is also to help us to understand a little bit more your project. And it will help also the jury. It's important to know your name. It's important also to know which are the objectives, the activities that you want to do, the duration of your project, and the total cost also of your project. Okay, and the last part that I want to share is the website. Here are all the information about the website. Or also, if you want to know more information about the Faith Plan for People and Planet, that it's also this organization that is helping us with this process towards integral ecology, you can go also to the website that it's https // about what we are doing at Seed Founding for People and Planet. Please go to www.newhumanity.org. And you can find there the English information, the project, and the Seed Founding program. So right now, I will go directly to the video and let's watch together.
Do you hear it? Do you hear the cry of the planet? Do you hear the cry of the people? Together we can do it. We can be a change for the people and the planet.
That maybe can be really difficult making a plan like this. But let's look together how many people around the world in different communities of the Focolare movement have been working for integral ecology through small, medium, and long-term activities. All these experiences connect the seed funding program with the funding for people and planet, can offer the tools to make concrete actions to leave the campaign Dare to Care. So let's watch together these amazing experiences.
Queridos hermanos y hermanas de todo el mundo, es el diamante donde estoy viviendo desde hace más de un año.
I am Salvador Padilla from Mexico. I am greeting you from Mariapoli, Diamante, where I've been living for more than a year. I arrived as a volunteer and I stayed for various months. Then I asked to remain because a very wonderful project here came about, which I'm very grateful of, and I want to share it with you. From the first time I arrived at the Mariapolis, I felt very. I began to cooperate in various activities in the Minneapolis, in the library, in the workshop, and the maintenance of the city. I slowly got to know the life of the inhabitants. With some in particular, I was able to deepen friendship, and I spoke about various agroecological transition in the farm areas of the citadel. So we slowly thought out what steps we should undertake. For example, the first was new composting system, which would enhance the waste disposal of the citadel. And after having discussed this together, we looked for funding, which was covered by the members of the economy of community in communion in Puebla. This was a first result managed by the Focolari movement, and which is a space for volunteership in Milonga. There, I was able to transmit to the boys and girls something on the serious social environmental situation we are suffering at a local and global level. With the 6 per 1 methodology, we managed to implement a concrete product of organic refuse and compost generated in our homes. In this way, we were able to give shape to the objectives, the ecological project that the Mariapolis had put forward a couple of years before in the process of defining its mission and its vision as Mariapolis. And we are very happy about and grateful of. After various months of reflection together and dialogue, during the second semester of last year, on the 7th of December 2021, the inhabitants of the Mariapolis signed together an ecological declaration of version project at a community and personal level, which requires a closer and more careful relationship, as well as a more delicate one with ourselves, with others, with the entire creation, and with the Creator. This is a change in thinking, in feeling, in acting, to feel brothers and sisters at a widest possible spectrum, embracing, welcoming, and loving all human beings without any distinction, and also welcoming and embracing and loving the entire creation. Robots I created. Hi, I'm Lee Han, and I go to play school. You knew this, didn't you? Our planet is very... Don't you think this is wonderful? In order to play, I make toys with old boxes, bottles, and plastic pots. I made this toy robot. And some crepe paper and plastic. Very good. You did very well.
네, 잘 알았습니다.
50 alberi adottati a Natale scorso dai soci
50 trees adopted last year by the Ecological Associates has been planted in the Matera area. This is part of the project associations, knowing that a world that can take care of itself is a better world. Today, we are raising awareness ecologically, and this project comes about following the United World Project. And in the context of taking care not only of the environment, but also here on this earth. And this initiative is linked both to ecological dimensions, but has a meaning of peace, because the exploitation of resources brings us also to have conflicts at an international level. And therefore, the small gesture is small and significant, but wishes to give gesture all in all. But it's important because it can contribute to the safeguard of the environment, and we believe that it is starting from small day-to-day, silent and invisible gestures that each one of us can be an active part and contribute to the preservation of the planet. We organized an ecological day. The day began with a conference by two of us. Then we went to plant trees on the site of our future parish and elementary school, which is still being built. We were all happy and committed in order to raise money. The next steps, to clean the river in our district. Thank you.
Ciao, mi chiamo Ludov Atala. Ho 13 anni.
Hi, I'm Ludov Adala. I'm 13 and I live in Haifa. My mother asked the bakery what they do with the bread which is left over at the end of the day, and they told us that they throw everything away. We didn't know how much bread it might be, perhaps 100 loaves or perhaps 1,000. We gave them our did it. I was not contacted only by one bakery, but 4 began to call us. Furthermore, those to whom we distribute bread in turn go to their neighbors and give them what they need, as well as other persons they know, without it being discarded. Very often they called us rather late, but we went anyway. I'm free every time to decide whether to go or not, but honestly, I do go because this gives joy to those families who are in need and gives joy to me as well, and happiness because I did something that helped others. When we bring respect, we ask how they are. When we donate bread, they must feel that we are doing this with our heart. It's not just about giving and going away. Even when we prepare our whole meals, we don't use excessive quantity other families who have none. We don't think about ourselves only, but also to those who are in greater need. We have asked for help for the distribution, even to our friends, so that when the bakery calls, they too can spring into action. If you know persons who have food and discard it, tell them not to do so, because it can be given to persons you will be able to help them, and you will feel how this will make you happy. Thank you.
Of our gathering place, St. Paul's Retreat Centre. It occupies 2.5 hectares of cleared farmland. 100 years ago, the early European settlers cleared the native forest of eucalyptus, economically unproductive. Part of the reason it served drought made growing and producing apples, pears and other fruits very difficult. This will happen more and more in the future if we don't reduce greenhouse gas.
The Focolare movement in Australia, together with the habitat, native trees and shrubs, in order to provide a habitat for these native birds, mammals, and reptiles, who are sheltered and fed by the native vegetation. They will act as a biodiversity corridors for the ant base to go from one area of the native woods to another in the surrounding, thus removing these greenhouse gases.
Last year, after the first year of lockdown, we were able to plant seedlings of more than 100 native trees and shrubs of 16 species. We had an 82% more planting, so in summer we collected the nuts and seed pods from 10 native trees, shrubs and wildflowers. We then dried them, then sowed in seed containers once the summer hot weather had cooled down. They germinated, and we transplanted 400 seedlings into growing tubes, and with regular attention, feeding and watering them.
Just like the Indigenous people of Australia, we too want to heal the land, which has been scarred with so much neglect and devastation by recent massive bushfires. We must rediscover the sense of the sacred.
You see how many beautiful experiences we have all around the world. And the seed funding program, it's now an opportunity for you to also make your plan and act locally with us today. Always remember what Mother Teresa said. We feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. Remember that the seed funding program for People and Planet offers the dreaming, acting, and working for our common home. Let's not lose our sensitivity to hear the cry of the earth, the poor, the future and present generation. So much, and continue to spread this opportunity, this call to your Focolare friends. We hope to see your projects.
Thank you.